Welcome to the first QuickTime interpolation of how to do stuff with the Noble Ape simulation. I'm Tom Bartley, I'm the fellow that created Noble Ape. And I thought it'd be interesting just to give you a walkthrough on how to do various things with the simulation to improve your use, basically. Just get a sense of what is in the simulation that you may not have already played with. To start off with, run a version of the simulation and save a file through Save As. I'm just going to call it initial example here. And what that will do is create a text file that contains all the variable information associated with the apes and the landscape and things of this nature. So go to your favorite text editor and open up initial example. You'll see here my old Mac environment that I do all the compilation. Now you'll see a whole lot of stuff, sim, land, but the BNG things are the individual apes on the island and all the variables that are used. You'll see location, the distance they're facing, this kind of stuff. Now because I'm using a very slow computer, I'm just going to have a few of these. I think just 3 initially, just to reduce it down so it'll run a bit faster. And it was as simple as just basically cutting the additional apes down to just 3. And I thought, to make it more interesting, why don't we make the start time at 10 AM? It's in minutes from midnight, so 600 equals 10 AM, and I'll just leave myself a little comment to remind me that that's actually 10 AM. I do forget it occasionally. And then just, as you can see the number of apes that are there, just by opening the new initial example, all those apes will disappear, and you'll just be left with 3 apes. So here we go, open initial example. Initial example. The simulation will open any text file, but obviously it will check it and make sure it's a normal one. And as you can see now, there are just 3 apes. So let's see all of them. There's 1, 2, and third one's a charm. There we go. Now, aside from picking the apes and things of this nature, cutting them down and reducing them, you can actually produce the location, or you can change the locations of where the apes are. So for simplicity, I'll make them nice round numbers, say 6,000, 5,000. And what I'm going to do is just copy and paste this line of the location into the other apes and change them just slightly, so you'll end up with an L shape of 3 apes lined up. So copy and with a bit of like paste and scroll down, do it for the third one. So you can see they have unique locations that came from the original file, but we can change that, that's no problem. And just to make the L shape, let's change, yep, there we go, and this one too. There we go. Save the file again, and through the open dialog, why don't we make them all face the same direction? So that might be interesting. So put them all at 0. The simulation manual is a good place to look about where these actual things, what these actual numbers do. The file.html is the respective file that describes the file format. And if we open the new initial example, which will take a minute on this old machine, we open the initial example, there we go, we will see the L. In fact, it's an inverted L, but you can see it there quite happily. See the various apes. Click through them. So the plan is, why don't we run this and see what actually happens to the apes? Because it's a slow machine, I'm going to change it to the timed mode, which you won't see because you can't see the menu bar activation. But if we set the apes running, we'll see basically from those initial starting points what actually happens to them. It's kind of difficult to see through the compressed mold, but as you can see, some of them there are avoiding water now, and they all move in different directions. Anyway, hopefully that's explained how to edit a variable file very basically, and the kind of effects that you'll see in terms of just reloading it through the simulation and seeing what happens. And hopefully you'll be able to create a few interesting experiments with that.